Do you ever feel like you start things strong, but then somewhere between day 3 and day 17, things just seem to fizzle out? You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just stuck in that frustrating loop of starting, stopping, restarting over and over. You know where you want to be, more focused, more productive, more consistent, higher energy levels, but it always feels like it's just out of reach. And the worst part is, you're motivated sometimes, but oftentimes not when it actually matters. Let's fix that, because if you're tired of falling off track and you're ready to build some real, sustainable consistency, this is for you. And the framework I'm about to share isn't just theory. It's what I used to go from being 50 pounds overweight, smoking weed every day, drinking every weekend, and being hooked on video games, to being a husband, father, business owner, and in the best shape of my life. And I've also seen the methods I'm about to share work for many others to help them break that starting and stopping cycle. And these work even if you're short on time, feeling like you lack discipline, or you've tried everything before. Because most people don't fail from lack of effort. They fail from a lack of structure. So let's go through and I'll help you build yours. There are really 3 things that you need to build consistency. And at the end of the video, I'll also share a 4th that makes the other 3 much easier. So let's break it down. The first thing that you need is an ignition. Motivation doesn't just show up. You have to light the fire. Having an ignition is about being able to kickstart yourself anywhere, anytime. And here's the secret. You have to stop thinking 10 steps ahead and just focus on one tiny action that moves you forward. Can you write a single sentence? Can you drop and do 10 push-ups? Can you open your phone and set a 5-minute timer? Those are examples of ignition. Small steps that lead to small wins that make movement feel possible. Because consistency is ignited by starting. And most people get confused thinking they need motivation to take action, when really, it's taking action that leads to motivation. The second thing that you need is a map. You can't stay consistent if you don't know where you're going. And goals are great, but vague goals kill your progress. You need a map with clear milestones that are broken down into bite-sized chunks. Those small actions I just mentioned, you need to define them. And you can do this easily in 3 steps. Ask yourself, what's the outcome you want? What are the mini milestones along the way? And what's the next visible step? Let's say you want to lose 50 pounds. That's your outcome. Next, you'd set a goal of losing 5 pounds this month. That's your first milestone. And you could even set a milestone before that of losing 1 to 2 pounds per week. Lastly, you need to break down those milestones into process-oriented actions. Here's an example. You're trying to lose weight. You're gonna go for a 30-minute walk every day after you eat lunch. And if the weather is poor, you've already identified a nearby treadmill so you can do the same exact thing. Remember, that's just an example. This is all about finding what works for you. And your map is gonna be different than somebody else's. But it should have multiple actions, all moving you towards your milestones and your outcome. And having a map, it's not just about the end goal. It's about the path that you're taking to get there. And when you know what to do next, momentum becomes automatic. The third thing you need is the fuel. What is it that keeps you going? Progress. And the only way to see progress is to track it. Write it down, use an app, journal on it, whatever works for you. Because if you're tracking your wins, even the tiny ones, you'll forget how far you've come. And that's when the burnout sneaks in. Don't mistake thinking that motivation is your fuel. Data is your fuel. It allows you to catch yourself when you're veering off track, and tracking turns, I feel like I'm getting nowhere, into, wow, look what I've done. And the bonus, the 4th thing that can really help you with all 3 of these other elements, is having a co-pilot. That could be a friend, could be a mentor, could be a coach. Having a co-pilot makes this process 10 times easier, especially when it's someone that's been there, who can see your blind spots and help you stick to your plan. Because when you have someone checking in, cheering you on, and keeping you honest, you just show up differently. You go further and you go faster. Look, this isn't about being perfect. It's about building repeatable momentum. Even the most disciplined people fall off sometimes. But the difference, they know how to reignite, they have a map, they track their progress, and they don't do it alone. You don't need superhuman willpower. You just need the system that works for you. And real quick, don't underestimate the 4th element to this. Having a co-pilot isn't just nice to have. For most people, it's the difference between almost consistent and actual results. So ask yourself, which one are you missing? An ignition, a clear map, a way to track progress, or somebody to help you follow through? Fix just one of those and you'll feel the difference in days. So if you want to build consistency, here's the quick recap. First, you need an ignition, a way to build momentum with tiny actions. Second, you need a map to break your bigger goals into clear steps so that you know which actions to take. And third, you need fuel, a system for tracking your data to measure progress, make sure you're staying on track, and generate motivation. And last but not least, most people benefit from having a co-pilot to get some motivational support and clear direction, especially if they've struggled with consistency for a long time. So now you have the foundation for the system. But remember, your system is gonna look different from somebody else's. And knowledge without action is gonna get dusty really fast. So if you're ready to implement something like this that's personalized for you, has accountability built into it, and has very clear step-by-step actions for you to take, you can use the link below to book time on my calendar and we can chat about it. Whatever you do, don't wait until you feel ready. Because for most people, that time never comes, or if it does, it's very fleeting. Taking the first step is what actually creates that readiness. So I hope this was helpful to give you a sense for the foundational elements you need to get out there and achieve your goals. You can do it, just get out there and get after it. Good luck.